Now you are in your very own custom team dashboard. I love this feature. As you can see in the personal feature, this location and situation is completely locked down. So locations, as you can see, you as a provider have access to all of these, all 50 states plus USA, Argentina, lots of different organizations serve both in the United States and Canada and internationally. And so we have given you access to that. You also have access to every diagnosis that we've put in so far. Now, this is always growing. So if you ever see a diagnosis like that you think should be added, just let us know. You just send us a simple message, which, by the way, as a provider, you have access to us. We have monthly calls, as well as you can opt into an enrollment with me where I come and train your entire team on how to use this and then how to help people apply successfully as well. And so as you can see, we have lots of diagnosis. If you do not see your diagnosis, though, you can simply put diagnosis, and it puts anything that there's a lot of grants that are broad and foundations that serve people with broad diagnosis. They might have an impairment that you have to qualify for, vision, physical, but there are sorting capabilities of that. And so let's say you're serving Florida. You're serving a kid that lives in Florida. Now, I know a lot of hospitals and different organizations, clinics have people come in from all over. That's one of the beauties of this. You don't have to stay locked in. But let's say you're serving Florida and it's for a child that has maybe at birth has cerebral palsy. Okay, and then you can search by what they're looking for. This is one of the awesome features. So equipment. So all of a sudden, as you can see, all these organizations popped up. And if it has a green little circle over here, it means it's currently open, currently accepting applications. Now, this is huge. I cannot tell you how many hours a parent will spend looking for foundations, or a social worker looking for a foundation that will help a family, only to find out it's closed, it's no longer in service, the foundation isn't accepting applications, or they're not even in existence anymore and their website doesn't work. That's a frustrating process. And so we tried to eliminate that. So if you go to Can I Apply, you can see you can sort by accepting applications or uncertain. Now, uncertain does not mean the organization is inactive. They are still active. We do not put inactive grants on our website. It just means at that time, they are not accepting applications. They have timelines. They have different times of applying, allowing things in, and we check this monthly. And so this will be changing every month. One of the cool things about being a provider is when you decide, I need to make a list, so I'm going to make a list. Let's say this is for client, which you can leave it in HIPAA guidelines. You can keep it without a person's name, or you can also just put client and maybe a number. This is client number 1234, Florida, cerebral palsy, save. And now this is saved. And as you can see, I have several saved searches here. So every week, one of the cool things about our organization, Connect, we are going to send out an email. Every Friday, you'll receive an email, and it'll tell you what organizations have opened their enrollment and new organizations have been added that fit that Save Searches criteria. So client number 1234, you as a caseworker or you as a therapist or a provider of some sort will get notified that, hey, there's a new grant that helps client 1234. All you have to do is look at the grant. We will email that out to you. You'll get the new information. And guess what? Then you can share it. You can then copy and paste. My head's right over that. Let's just move that. You can then copy and paste this and share it directly with your client. You can call them and say, hey, we found a grant for you. Or you could have sent this initial search to them, send them a copy of this, and then it'll prompt them to make an individual family account based on this as well. Now you have different access than they do, and so you creating this for them takes some of that burden off. A lot of people get confused with things, and so for them to simply have their caseworker or their therapist say, hey, guess what? I know we've been trying to get Sarah into this new chair. Well, guess what? There's a grant that just opened up she's a perfect applicant for. Let's get her applied for and let's get this chair. These are the kind of things that you're going to have access to. Hey, I know little Timmy needs therapy, he needs intensive, and your insurance denied it. There's a foundation for that. Let's get him in, let's apply, let's get him into that therapy, let's get him what he needs. These are the kind of things you will have access to. Or, hey, mom, I know you need a break. I know you can't afford it because you've been putting all your money towards your child. Guess what? There's this organization called A Mother's Rest, and they will put you up for free all over the United States. Let's find you a break. Here's the link. Go ahead and sign up. This is the kind of stuff you're going to have access to. I mean, it's huge, game changing. And this, what's really cool is when you go to the little lightning bolt over here, let's say you're like, I don't need a service dog right now. You can hide that from view. I don't need a service dog. There's lots of little service dogs. Maybe you're like, oh, Aubrey Rose, that actually is perfect. Let me favorite that. And then when you go to pending review, you can say, I want to see anything I've hidden. I want to see my favorites. You can say, I want to see anything I've applied for. So if there's any that you want to apply for, let's say you're like, oh, you know what? I applied for Courageous Carter Foundation. Great. You just favorite it. I'm sorry. Let me go from that. You're not going to just favorite it. You're going to say applied. So in here, you're going to click applied. And now it's in your applied list. So when you go back in a month and go, I know I've applied for some. Which ones did I apply for? You're going to say, oh, Courageous Carter, I applied for them. Great. Let me go ahead and check the status of that or follow up with them. You can also mark received. If you've received a grant, let's say you need a grant for therapy, and a couple years go by and you go, you know what, I want another grant for therapy. We need to, we got the Shannon Foundation totally gave us money a few years back. What's their information again? You can go to received and bam, it's right there. Isn't this amazing? You can simply click my grant list to get back to your main page, and it'll bring you back to your team, which will have your hospital name. Then you'll have your individual team members. You can invite as many users as you'd like. You just simply click new team member. It pulls it up. It sends them an invite, and then it'll tell you if they've accepted it, if it's still pending, etc. The dashboard will allow you, like I said, to sort by location, situation, grant type, and if they can apply, and send these custom lists. And once a week, you will receive notification that a new grant has opened up or a new grant has been added, and so will your client. It's a game changer, guys. This is really going to help so many families. So one of the things I really wanted to show you was our newest feature for providers. As you can see, there's a star next to Lily Cares Foundation. This would mean if you give a service or have a product that benefits the community in which you're serving using this platform for. So let's say you're a therapist and you have an intensive therapy that you provide for clients, and let's say Lily Cares Foundation will help cover that. You can send us any organizations that have provided resources for clients to access your services, your equipment, whatever you provide. And it will then put your logo next to those resources. So like Lily Cares has a star next to it, it means it's a preferred grant. We're going to let people know that, hey, this brand or this service has been provided by this grant before. So one of the cool things about that is as people search, when they see your little logo next to their product, they know, hey, they provide this walker, they provide this piece of equipment, or they provide this therapy, and this grant does cover that. That's huge. So one of the things it does is as a preferred provider, makes people aware of which grants work for you that already have a track record of paying for things. And as that list grows, we'll just continue to highlight the grants that work best for you, and we'll be able to get those grants out to the public so they know they can receive your service or receive your product with these grants, and they've been tested before and they do work to cover that expense. So as you can see, the provider side is very different than the traditional family experience. It's very custom for you. You have your dashboard, you have all your grant lists, so you can check these continually, unlimited grant lists and unlimited team members. For every entity that purchases the $150 a month, they'll have unlimited team members. This is a no-brainer, guys. I hope you sign up. I hope you enjoy the product. We are there. One of the things you get as a provider is access to us. This is evolving, so that's the beauty of it. You're going to be able to give us your real-time feedback, and we are going to do our best to serve you the best we can to make this as easy for you and the clients that you serve. And you'll have access to myself as well for training, for tips on how to apply successfully, and all kinds of information, as well as you can also opt in to the one-time training fee when you start up, get everybody on a Zoom call and get it all navigated really easy. I hope this is a blessing to you. I hope that this is something that will help your organization and help you serve others well.